I'm Katie Anderson, 31, an IT specialist who's been the breadwinner for my family for years. On New Year's Eve, I pull into my mother's driveway on the outskirts of Kansas City, where holiday lights sparkle in the crisp winter air. My fingers tighten around the steering wheel as I prepare for the conversation I've been rehearsing. I'm here to announce my engagement and to finally say that it's time to live for myself with the man I've chosen. Mom has always been the most demanding. She never lets me forget that she spent a third of her savings on my college tuition. I was the perfect child, the straight A student, the dependable one. But when I started earning money, she told me to use my salary to pay off my brother's business debts and my sister's credit card bills. "It's your duty," she'd say. "Your father's gone, if not you. Then who tonight over dinner?" I finally gather the courage to say, "I want to step back and build my own future." Mom's eyes narrow. Her voice turns cold. "Do you remember who paid for your college education? If you don't step up, this isn't your home anymore." The words cut deep, slicing through years of sacrifice. I leave in silence without touching dessert. The next morning, I take a photo of the $70,000 diamond ring on my finger, proof of my own success, and post it online. The phone starts ringing non-stop. It's Mom calling. Before I tell you what happened next, drop a comment below. What time is it where you are, and which city are you watching from? I want to see how far this story travels. Subscribe for more real family stories, and if you've ever felt the same pressure, hit like and turn on the notification bell. The next morning at the IT office in downtown Kansas City, I checked my phone for notifications. Mom had called 12 times. I ignored them and opened my banking app. Tyler's startup had cost me $7,000, software licenses, cloud servers, marketing promises that never paid off. Angela took $4,000 for finance certification courses, exam fees, and study materials. Mom's medical bills after Dad's death totaled $9,000 last year. ER copays, heart specialist visits, daily medications. My year-end bonuses vanished into their accounts, while my laptop stayed outdated and my car still rattled on the highway. Mom's argument never changed. "I used a third of our savings for your college, Katie. You graduated top of your class without a problem. Now it's time to give back by supporting Tyler and Angela." Dad was gone and she ran the family. Tyler, the eldest, needed freedom to chase ideas. Angela, the youngest, needed funding to advance. I was the middle child, the dependable one expected to pay, without question. The New Year's Eve dinner replayed in my head, the table glowing under candlelight. I looked across at Brandon. "I'm stopping the payments," I said. "I want my own future." Mom's eyes turned cold. "After my investment, keep paying or leave this house." Tyler stared at his plate. Angela avoided my eyes. Silence thickened the air. I stood up. "Then I'm leaving." I walked out before dessert. Enough. I texted Amber Brooks, my sharp-eyed co-worker and project editor. She replied instantly, "Conference room 3B, North Light." We met at noon. I slipped off my glove. The $70,000 solitaire sparkled, a prize from the national coding competition Brandon and I had won. "This is my success," I told her. Amber adjusted the focus, balanced the exposure, and captured every facet. "Post it," she said. "Show the world." Back at my desk, I opened the platform. Caption: "Proud of my wins in Kansas City Tech, earned not borrowed." I hit upload. Within minutes, likes poured in from developers, team leads, and old professors. The ring gleamed under the office lights like a challenge. Family reactions started at once. A few hours later at home, my phone rang relentlessly with calls from Mom. I answered the 15th call. "Katie, you're a selfish monster posting that ring while we struggle. Wire $6,000 for my prescriptions immediately." Her voice trembled with accusation and desperation. I kept my tone level. "I'm not sending another cent, Mom." She screamed about betrayal and slammed the receiver. Emails poured in next. Mom's mass message to every relative read: "Katie deserted the family after Dad's death, now flaunts luxury online. She owes us for the education I sacrificed to give her. My ring post was attached, circled in angry red marker. Replies ranged from shock to defense of her. I created a folder titled Legal Backup and saved every single message. Angela escalated on social media. Beneath my photo, she commented, crying nightly because big sister ignores mom's hospital bills and meds. Family first. The post gained traction fast, hundreds of shares, strangers tagging me demanding public apology and repayment. Notifications buzzed nonstop. Tyler called privately that evening. He spoke in a hushed tone. Your transfers kept my startup breathing, fact. But the prototype demo needs 5,000 to impress investors. One final push. His voice mixed gratitude with urgency. I gripped the phone. Mom's eviction threat still stands, Tyler. I'm done. He sighed deeply and disconnected. A week later, I met a client for lunch at a quiet cafe along the Kansas City riverfront. Mid-conversation on project timelines. Mom stormed through the entrance with Angela right behind. They marched straight to my table. Mom pounded her fist. I paid for your college degree time to repay with cash for your siblings. Angela held her phone high, recording. Confess on camera how you abandoned us. Other patrons stopped eating, eyes wide. I signaled the waiter for separate checks. I'm exhausted from this cycle, Mom. She leaned closer. That tuition was an investment collect by supporting Tyler and Angela. I placed exact cash for my meal, a final gesture. Debt cleared. Amber Brooks, my colleague across the table, recorded discreetly under the menu. Mom noticed and lunged. Delete that footage now, Amber secured her device. This stays as evidence. Angela tugged Mom's arm. She's useless to us. They exited amid awkward silence from surrounding tables. A surge of strength coursed through me. 2 days later at the office, I received a call from my brother Tyler. He launched in without greeting. Katie, your transfers were the only thing keeping my startup alive, full admission. But the investor pitch is tomorrow, and I'm short 10,000 for the final prototype build-out. One last loan. His voice blended confession with urgency, the same tone he used for every previous ask. I stepped into an empty meeting room and closed the door. Mom's ultimatum still rings clear. Tyler, pay up or pack up. I'm building my own life now. He pushed back. This isn't charity. It's an investment with equity. I cut him off. No more investments in dreams that never launch. The line went silent before he hung up. I immediately created a secure folder on my work drive titled Family Documentation. Inside Mom's mass email with the red circled screenshot of my ring post, Angela's public comment thread with 427 shares, Tyler's call log from moments ago, every Venmo receipt from the past 2 years. I added timestamps, exported PDFs, and backed up to an external drive. Legal armor assembled. Angela escalated through direct messages that afternoon. First, credit cards hit 8,000 limit, Mom's utilities get cut next week. Then, pay half or I post your work address. Followed by, everyone will know you let family sink. The threats piled up, 10 messages in 20 minutes. I screenshotted each, added to the folder, then blocked her profile for 90 days. Silence, at last. That evening, after a long coding session, I dialed Grandma Dorothy. She picked up on the second ring, her voice warm and steady. Katie, I saw the chaos online. You're not wrong to protect yourself. I exhaled. They keep pulling. She continued. I raised your mother to stand on her own, not to drain her children. You've given enough, more than enough. Boundaries aren't betrayal, they're survival. Hold the line. Her words settled over me like armor. Thank you, Grandma. She added, call anytime. I'm proud of the woman you're becoming. We spoke for 20 minutes about her garden, my upcoming promotion, Brandon's new project. No guilt, no demands. I hung up and reviewed the folder again. Every piece of evidence locked in place. Tyler's startup had consumed 7,000 over 18 months software subscriptions. Cloud credits, freelance designers, none of which generated revenue. Angela's 4,000 went to certification renewals she never completed. Mom's 9,000 covered ER visits. Cardiologist consults, insulin, blood pressure, meds bills I paid while skipping my own car maintenance and laptop upgrade. The numbers stared back cold and clear. Angela tried a new account an hour later. You can't hide. Another block. The pattern was set. I enabled two-factor on every platform, changed passwords, turned off read receipts, digital walls rising. Grandma Dorothy texted before bed. Sleep well, warrior. I smiled, powered down, and for the first time in years felt unburdened. 1 month later, while preparing the engagement party at home, I received a text from my sister. The backyard glowed under hundreds of fairy lights strung between maple trees. A live jazz trio played gentle standards from the deck. Brandon welcomed colleagues and friends at the front gate, his smile easy. I floated between clusters in a simple emerald dress offering prosciutto-wrapped figs and chilled Prosecco. Laughter mingled with clinking glasses. Grandma Dorothy held court on a wicker sofa, regaling Brandon's parents with stories of my childhood coding wins. The doorbell chimed again, late guests, I assumed. Instead, Angela pushed past the caterer, Tyler trailing with a forced grin. Angela clutched a silver gift bag like a prop. Tyler's eyes darted to the dessert table laden with macarons and lemon bars. They navigated the crowd, voices sharpening. Angela corralled a circle of Brandon's co-workers near the fire pit. Katie throws lavish parties while Mom skips heart meds. Tyler joined a neighboring group. She abandoned Dad's final wish, family unity. Conversations halted. Phones rose instinctively. I set down the tray. You weren't invited. Leave. Angela whirled gift bag swinging. Tell your rich friends the truth. Tyler raised volume. Dad's memory demands sacrifice. Flashes lit the scene, multiple recordings underway. Grandma Dorothy rose slowly from the sofa, cane tapping the wood planks. She lifted a hand. Silence this nonsense now. The yard obeyed. Dorothy locked eyes with them. Katie has carried this family long enough. She deserves celebration. You've extracted your share. Guests murmured strong approval. I stepped forward, voice steady. Effective tonight, every dollar stops. No more transfers, no more bailouts. Angela sputtered. Impossible, you owe us, Tyler pleaded. The business loan closes Monday. I cut in. Solve it without me. Brandon nodded to two off-duty officers hired for crowd control. They flanked the intruders, guiding them firmly toward the gate amid supportive claps. Music resumed. Toasts flowed again. The cake, 3 tiers of vanilla and raspberry, emerged to cheers. But consequences accelerated. By midnight, Tyler's investor presentation surfaced on a local entrepreneur forum, screenshots of tonight's disruption embedded in the pitch deck. Lenders flagged the thread. Morning emails delivered the blow: application withdrawn, reputational risk too high. His $12,000 bridge loan evaporated. The startup's final lifeline severed. Angela tried posting a tearful apology video at 2 a.m., deleted within minutes by moderators for violating harassment rules. Her follower count plummeted. Grandma Dorothy texted me before bed. Proud doesn't cover it. Sleep well, my girl. I did, for the first night in years. 3 weeks later, near the wedding date, I received a call from the venue. The coordinator sounded flustered. Your mother contacted us 8 times, claiming fraudulent booking and threatening legal action over the deposit. We're on hold until resolved. My pulse quickened. Secure the contract I instructed. I'll counter. She hesitated but agreed. Angela targeted the guest list next. She messaged Brandon's aunt, don't attend, Katie stole family funds for this. Then my college roommate, boycott the thief. Screenshots flooded my inbox, forwarded warnings from concerned invitees. Brandon and I mobilized immediately. Erin Reed, my lifelong friend and professional event planner, activated her contacts. She scouted 4 alternatives that afternoon: a rooftop terrace downtown, a lakeside pavilion, a historic ballroom, and a private vineyard estate 20 miles out. By evening, we locked the vineyard open-air ceremony under ancient oak's reception in a restored barn with chandeliers. Erin waived change fees. My wedding gift, she declared. We rebuilt the timeline overnight. Brandon redesigned seating on graph paper. I rewrote vows emphasizing chosen family. Erin rerouted florists for peonies and eucalyptus bakers for a 5-tier almond cake with gold leaf musicians for a string quartet. Digital invitations deployed at dawn. Header: bold celebration of love and respect. Clause below. Attendance confirms agreement to honor privacy and positivity. Breaches result in immediate removal. Confirmations rolled in 95% yes. Declines cited family obligations. I deleted those threads without reply. Wedding morning dawned crisp. Guests arrived in pastels and linens greeted by violin melodies. Vows exchanged beneath floral arches. Rings slid on amid applause. During portraits, shouts erupted from the perimeter fence. Mom Angela and Tyler clustered outside the wrought iron gate. Mom rattled bars. "You ban your own blood?" Angela live-streamed. Bride excludes mother, watch the cruelty. Tyler waved documents. Legal claim to witness security. 4 officers Erin retained advanced. I approached in my lace gown, veil trailing. "Depart now." Mom's face contorted. "After my sacrifices," I stated flatly. "Sacrifice doesn't grant ownership." Angela screamed. "Monster," Tyler reasoned. "Just the ceremony from afar." I signaled guards. "Escort them off property." They complied. Mom resisted, clutching Angela. Tyler shouted protests. Guests watched silently, some filming, others shaking heads. The trio vanished down the gravel drive as quartet resumed. Reception ignited. First dance under barn beams. Speeches praised resilience. Cake cut to cheers. At midnight, I blocked every family number, email, social profile. Photos moved to private album. Total severance. 6 months later, in our new life, I receive word from relatives about the family situation. An email from Aunt Linda arrives one quiet Sunday. She writes cautiously, "Your mom lost her part-time job at the clinic. Stress leave turned permanent after attendance issues. Neighbors avoid her now. The gossip from your wedding lingers." I read it once, then archive. No reply needed. Cousin Mark calls next. Tyler filed Chapter 7 last month. The startup collapsed, creditors seized equipment. He's selling the house to cover debts. Moving into a 1-bedroom downtown. Mark pauses. He asked if you'd co-sign a lease. I said no chance. I thank him for the update and end the call. Angela's fallout surfaces through a mutual friend on social media. Her credit score tanked below 500, maxed cards, missed payments. A mortgage pre-approval denied, insufficient history and recent delinquencies. She posts vague rants about betrayals but tags no one directly. I scroll past. Brandon and I thrive in contrast. We close on a 3-bedroom Craftsman in Brookside, Kansas City, wraparound porch. Mature oaks walking distance to the plaza. Closing day feels surreal, keys in hand, no co-signers, no guilt. Mortgage in our names only. Evenings find us at the kitchen island, laptops open. I enroll in an executive MBA program downtown, evening classes twice weekly. Brandon joins for his project management certification. We study side-by-side, coffee steaming, future unfolding. Promotions follow, my salary jumps 20%. His team expands. Weekends mean farmers markets, hiking trails, hosting small dinners with Erin Reed and new couples from work. Laughter replaces tension. Savings grow, emergency fund hits 6 figures. Travel fund starts for Italy next spring. Grandma Dorothy visits monthly. She sips tea on the porch swing. You built this, Katie, not on anyone's back. Her approval means more than any inheritance. The lesson crystallizes over time. Setting boundaries isn't cruelty, it's oxygen. Without them, exploitation thrives. With them, self-respect blooms. I stopped being the family ATM and became the architect of my life. Independence isn't isolation, it's liberation. No more wiring bonuses for endless crises. No more skipping my goals to patch theirs. The cycle broke the day I said enough. Relatives occasionally probe. Any regrets? None. Mom's isolation stems from choices refusing part-time work, burning bridges. Tyler's bankruptcy traces to over-leveraged risks, not my absence. Angela's credit mess reflects spending habits, not my wedding budget. Their consequences aren't my burden. 1 year post-wedding, a letter arrives, Mom's handwriting. We need to talk. Things are hard. I photograph it, file with others, shred the original. Block remains. Peace preserved. Brandon and I plant a vegetable garden in the backyard, tomatoes, basil, peppers. We watch seedlings push through soil, mirroring our growth. Roots deepen without entanglement. Self-worth through limits creates space for authentic living. Exploitation ends where enforcement begins. I live proof. Saying no to drainers says yes to dreams.